Good day, everyone. I gladly welcome you to today's practical. Today, we shall be looking at the classification of fruits. In our last lecture, we tried to look at flowers, and if you can remember, that I said that flowers or a flower is the reproductive part of a plant. So, when fertilization takes place as a result of the transfer of pollen grains from anther, either of the same flower or of different flowers of the same plant or different plants, to the stigma of either the same plant or the flowers of the same plant or different plants. So this is pollination. So after pollination, you have fertilization taking place. So after the fertilization, it will grow and give rise to a fruit. What you have inside the ovule becomes the seed, while the ovary becomes the fruit. So you have different types of fruits. So we have done the classification of fruits are usually done based on the formation, that is on their features, based on the formation of fruit, and especially on the fruit wall. The fruit wall, that is the wall of the fruit, which was initially the ovary wall. It's referred to as the pericarp, and it's divided into three layers, which are exocarp or epicarp, mesocarp, and endocarp. Just like I mentioned them going inside. That is, you have the exocarp or epicarp outside, followed by the mesocarp, followed by the endocarp, which is inside. So we're going to look at three major classification of fruits, and these are simple fruits, aggregates, and multiple fruits. Now, when we say simple fruit, when the fruit is formed from a single matured flower, that is referred to as simple fruit. But when it is formed from a flower with many carpels, that is a flower with many carpels, many reproductive parts, it is referred to as aggregates. But when the fruit is formed from a flower or an inflorescence of flowers, that is, it looks like a flower, but you have so many flowers that are there and has made it up to a flourishes. Now, at our own side of the country, most of the fruits that we have here belong to simple fruits. Under the simple fruits, we have two major divisions under simple fruits. We have the dry and the succulent. The succulent is also referred to as fleshy fruits. So under the dry, we also have, that is, the dry fruits are divided into two, dehiscent and indehiscent. When we say dehiscent, that is, it is dry, and when it is dry, it can split on its own. But when it is dry indehiscent, that is, it does not split. And when we talk about dehiscent fruits, we have different classes under them. We have those ones that are referred to as legumes, we have the follicle, we have the siliqua, we have the capsule, we have the siliqua. In most cases, they have been classified in the way in which or how they split open. For example, for legumes normally split open at one side longitudinally. Then we have indehiscent. When you talk about indehiscent, that is dry indehiscent fruits, under that we have the acne, we have caryopsis, we have cypsela, nuts, samara, schizocarp, and laments. Those are the different categories of indehiscent, dry indehiscent fruits. Now to go to succulent. When we talk about succulent fruits, another name for succulent fruits is a fleshy. That is, there's a part of the wall, a part of the fruit wall, which has been divided into three. There's a part that is usually succulent, usually fleshy. Most of the fruits that we eat belongs to this category. Now, under that, we have drupe, followed by another one that is referred to as berry. We have pebble, we have hesperidium, We have pome, we have a baluster, and we have amphisaca. We don't have any classification under the aggregate and multiple that we're going to look at. In fact, under aggregate, we normally have, like, because aggregate is also referred to as ethos, and it's most times you have like a lot of, it's usually referred to as a ethereal, that is ETAERIO. So most times we normally have um, like you have ethereal of berries, that is when you have berries, you know, that have been formed together as a result of being one flower that is made up of more than one reproductive parts. So for today's practical, you are going to study this classification very well. We have two practicals or two activities. Activity 1 is based on the identification or classification of organisms. You have been provided with different types of fruits. I will still show it for clarity here, but you have the real specimens with you. You're going to study the the diagram that has been provided for you. Then you identify each fruit and the category to which each of them belong to. You state the category accordingly. That is, you identify specimen, the first specimen, maybe specimen A, and you are going to identify it, state the category of fruit it belongs to. That is, you are going to classify it, whether it's a simple fruit, aggregate, multiple, or what have you. Then you are going to say if it is simple, if it is dry, if it is legume or whatever. That's what you're going to say about that. Then activity 2, we're going to do the dissection of fruits. You are going to dissect the fruit A. That's, you're going to dissect it longitudinally. That is cutting from north to south at the center. I think by now you know how to make a longitudinal section of a fruit. You are going to observe and make a drawing that is within 6 to 8 centimeters long, and you are going to label fully. Then fruit B, you are going to dissect fruit B, and you are cutting fruit B at the middle from one side to the other, that is from the east to the west. You are going to observe what you see, and you are going to draw the diagram that is within 6 to 8 centimeters long and label fully. Now, for the avoidance of doubt and for you, or for clarity, I'm going to show you the different specimens that you have been provided with, so that there won't be any confusion for you. This is fruit A or specimen A. This is fruit B or specimen B. This is fruit C or specimen C. This is fruit D or specimen D. And this is a fruit E or specimen E. Thank you very much. So you get on your specimens and start working. Good day, and thank you very much.